Hi, my name is Marina Mayo and I will be presenting on mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions is what is used to describe when companies or assets consolidate through multiple types of financial transactions. A merger is the combination of two firms which then form a new legal entity under the one corporate name. In an acquisition, one company will acquire another, and that acquired company will cease to exist while there will be no name change or legal structure to the other. Some reasons for mergers and acquisitions, or the motive behind it, are financial synergy for lower cost of capital, improving a company's performance and accelerated growth, diversification for higher growth products or markets, increased market share and positioning giving broader market access, strategic realignment and technological change, and diversification of risk. The synergy value can be seen through receiving higher revenues, lower expenses, or lowering the overall cost of capital. Exxon and Mobil merged in 1998 and was a $75.3 billion deal. At the time, they were the number 1 and number 2 oil companies in the US, and this merge made them the largest government oil company in the world and reached second on the Fortune 500 list. It produces 3% of the world's oil and energy. The merge allowed the company to reduce its cost and reduce its workforce by 7%. Another example is H.J. Heinz and Kraft Foods merged in 2015, and the deal was worth $100 billion. This merge created the 5th largest food and drink company in the world. They combined 8 over 1 billion brands and 5 brands between $500 million and $1 billion. A large acquisition is between Disney, Pixar, and Marvel. Walt Disney Co. acquired Pixar in 2006 for $7.4 billion and then 3 years later acquired Marvel for $4 billion. After acquiring these companies, many Pixar movies brought in billions, and 11 Marvel movies brought in more than $3.5 billion in revenue, which made the acquisition a huge success. Another example is Verizon, which bought Verizon Wireless from Vodafone for $130 billion. The wireless business of Verizon is a huge part of the company's revenue and communication. Verizon only owned 55% of Verizon Wireless, while Vodafone owned the other 45%. Now Verizon earns some of the largest margins and profits in the wireless business and is a huge competitor in that industry. Advantages to M&As are that it adds more value to the combined entity than the individual companies produced on their own. Increasing the profit intake enables for more research and development for the company. Another is that while combining through a merger or acquisition, a company or both companies open up new markets and add more competition to them. They also create multiple growth opportunities and a cost-effective method to expansion. Disadvantages to M&As is that it can create distress within the employee base of the companies. As seen with the Exxon-Mobil merger, they cut down their workforce by 7% because they needed to get rid of the duplicate jobs. Another disadvantage to mergers and acquisitions is that it can increase the amount of debt that is owed and can take a very long time to complete. Lastly, company culture can cause failure in the M&As, so that can be a huge disadvantage as well. A cross-border M&A is mergers and acquisitions that involve an acquiring firm or merging firms whose headquarters are located in different countries. An example is when Reckitt Benckiser acquired Mead Johnson in 2016 for $16.6 billion. The goal was to have a new product line that would expand its force in developing markets where Mead Johnson had a strong presence. Another example is with Anheuser-Busch and InBev and SAB Miller. Both companies are beverage and brewing companies, with AB InBev headquartered in Belgium and SAB Miller was in England. The goal was to create a company that would efficiently compete in emerging markets and expand in rapid growing regions. M&As can fail because the value of an asset may look great before a deal, but may not be as much of a benefit once the deal is complete. Companies sometimes overpay for an acquisition, leading to financial losses and increased debts. Different company cultures can become an issue and make the merger fail or not efficient. And technology or size of the company can also play a role. An example of a failed merger is America Online and Time Warner. They merged in 2000 and the deal was worth $165 billion. The idea was for the merging companies to become the dominant force in the news, music, publishing, entertainment, cable, and internet industries. But soon after, AOL lost its value and realized they overpaid in the merger. The company's cultural clash also was a factor in their split. Another example was between Hewlett-Packard and Compaq. The goal was to create a technology powerhouse in the industry. The merge cost $25 billion, but it ended up causing a $13 billion loss in market value because of cultural clash, poor communication and strategy, and cost cutting when monitoring the revenues. Thank you for watching.